Welcome back. Thank you for staying with us. Is Dr. Jimmy Fletcher disillusioned with the St. Lucia Labour Party? Is he no longer a member? Does he support the current UWP administration? And would he accept a position in the cabinet of the next government? These topical issues were broached when he appeared as a guest on the hot seat on Wednesday with host Crystal Riviere. Speculation is rife that former SLP-appointed Senator and Minister Dr. Jimmy Fletcher may be entering elective politics, but as part of a new party. So what does that mean about his membership in the St. Lucia Labour Party?
I don't like this harsh polarization of our society. I don't like this division of our society that says that if you support one side, that there's something wrong with you. By all means, let's look at the politics and the policies of the respective parties. Let's look at their programs. And also, let's not wait until a week before elections to examine what the politics and the policies of these parties are. They should be telling us from now what it is that they intend to do so that we can make an informed decision. So I wouldn't say I've drifted away from the Labour Party, but I think I've drifted away from the harsh red-yellow politics that characterize the way both parties operate.
Dr. Fletcher confirmed his actual membership in the party remains, but he is not involved in the current internal matters of the party, nor does he seem to support the current image of the party as seen on social media.
Couldn't you have taken a more active role in the St. Lucia Labour Party to make it less tribal and to sort of unify the party and also to cause the party to be less combative, for want of a better word, that is, with the supporters of the present government?
Well, I think the Labour Party is unified, so I don't know that I could have unified the party. I think the Labour Party is a very unified party. As for staying within the Labour Party and causing it to change its DNA, I don't know. There's some battles that you figure you fight and some battles that you don't fight. Part of the problem also is not really with the Labour Party as it is with some of the supporters, the strident supporters of the Labour Party, and particularly some of the social media supporters of the Labour Party. Both parties have to understand that the supporters on social media, and social media is a hell of a thing. It allows you to reach a large number of people, but it also allows a certain image to be painted of your organization, that if you don't stay on top of it, that is the image that people see. And there has to be greater control of the image that you want to portray of your organization. The Labour Party is happy with what it's doing. So I think it would be quite arrogant of me to go in there and say that you guys need to do things differently. The Labour Party is happy with doing things as it is doing right now. And I made a decision that, where I want to position myself. So on election day, I will exercise my choice to vote for the candidate of my choice. But I didn't feel that my energy was best spent trying to get the Labour Party to become what I thought it should be.
He says the executive is taking the party in the direction that it sees fit, and he has to decide what to associate or disassociate with. As for a possible place in a Labour Party cabinet, he says he would not accept.
I think I made a significant contribution. When I worked at the OECS Secretariat, now the Commission, as the Director of Social and Sustainable Development, I think I made a very significant contribution there. The only contribution you make is not as a member of cabinet. So I think I've served my time as a member of cabinet, as a minister in the cabinet. There are many other people I think who can do an equally good job as I did in any of the portfolios that I had, public service, information and broadcasting, or sustainable development, energy, science and technology. So no, I would not be looking for a position in a cabinet if the Labour Party were to form the next government. I think my contribution is probably best placed now with some of the work that I'm doing with civil society, regionally and internationally. So it's not something that I'm looking forward to. It's not something that I'm aspiring to. And it's something I would be quite shocked if it were offered to me.
He also addressed talk that he was offered a portfolio by the UWP administration. He says no such offer was made, and if it were, he would not accept. Castries North MP and former Prime Minister of St. Lucia, Stephenson King, says despite an apparent rift between the UWP and the Comptons, he has always and will continue to maintain a close relationship with the family. King was seen rubbing shoulders with Lady Janice Compton on Thursday at the 100th birthday celebration of iconic local businessman Arnott Valmore. King says he has nothing but respect and admiration for the wife of the late Sir John Compton.
I've got a very great relationship with the Comptons in general. Lady Janice, for sure. Our relationship goes way back when I started as a young member of the United Workers' Party Youth Arm. She has always been a guidance and counsel to me. And even when I was Prime Minister, there were rough days. There were days when she did not agree with me, and there were days when she complimented me. And this relationship continues to grow to this moment. And I really appreciate the contribution she has made by being the woman who stood next to Sir John in the worst of times and in the best of times. And today she's still passionate about the country, still passionate about the preservation of our country, our patrimony, and as a people, what we stand for. And these are the things that I admire her for, and I believe that she must be commended for having held on strongly to what I believe is the cause that needs resistance, and that is the preservation of who we are as a people and as a country.
King says despite recent friction between the family and the party which he is a part of, he will never let politics stand in the way of his personal relationships.
My personal belief certainly transcends what an administration may think. It is my personal feeling, it is my conviction, and I don't compromise it. I don't compromise my conviction with what the administration that I belong to may do. I don't participate in such behavior.
It is not clear what the relationship between the current Prime Minister, Alan Shastney, who served in the cabinet of the late Sir John Compton, is with Lady Janice Compton. Acting Police Commissioner Milton Daisy has indicated that the recent spate of violent crime in Soufrière is not going unnoticed by the Royal St. Lucia Police Force. He says measures are being put in place to curb violence in the scenic town. Genevieve Gonzague reports.
Over the past few weeks, the Soufrière community saw a spate of violent crimes. Acting Police Commissioner Milton Daisy says the police force is clamping down on the matter. He indicated that 2 individuals have been arrested and charged in connection to one of the incidents. He indicated that other measures are being put in place to ensure that the level of safety in the community is maintained and the level of crime decreases.
We have also increased our patrols. We are focusing on it. Once there is an increase or in crime, whatever crime, we would shift resources to that particular area. What I must also tell them is where we would have a dedicated team of SSU officers. We know that we have SSU in Castries and in Vieux-Fort. However, we want a dedicated team of officers who would be detached until we have this situation under control. So in the coming week, persons would see officers assigned to SSU officers assigned to Soufrière police station.
Many of the crimes, like those seen on a national level, were gun-related. Daisy indicated that the Royal St. Lucia Police Force continues to pursue all efforts to crack down on the use of illegal firearms and ammunition.
It is always a concern in relation to persons having unlicensed firearms and ammunition, and this we targeting at various angles. Whenever we have the intel that we would be acting upon those things. And let me inform persons that being possession of unlawful firearm is a serious offense, and we would be doing all in our powers to ensure that we find those firearms and get them off the street.
He has assured the residents of Soufrière that the Royal St. Lucia Police Force is dealing with this matter head-on and that maintaining law and order in the scenic town is a top priority. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Genevieve Gonzague.
One of the island's first ever businessmen to open and maintain a thriving retail business in St. Lucia celebrated a major milestone on Thursday, the 9th of July. Arnold Valmore became the island's latest centenarian and was joined by family, friends and peers, including one of his favorite sporting heroes, cricketer Darren Sammy, to celebrate 100 years not out.
Thursday, July 9th marks a day of celebration in St. Lucia as a true local legend hits a major milestone. Family and friends have gathered to wish Mr. Arnold Valmore, one of the island's first indigenous businessmen, a happy 100th birthday.
I think we should give Mr. Valmore his full title, the Honorable Arnold Valmore. SLC, St. Lucia Cross. Congratulations, Honorable Arnold, for your years of service, your contribution to the business sector, your contribution to civil society generally, and your contribution to the development of St. Lucia, to our national development.
Before I go any further, I want to make a very short statement. Mr. Valmore is an icon. I repeat, he's an icon.
But what I like to say is, I look over there, I see 100 not out, and I see Valmore, we make good living affordable. Well, I guess the man himself is testimony to that, because to get to 100 is not an easy thing. You know, the sport that I play, the symbol of 100 means something of a champion. It means success. It means you putting your team in a good position. And I think, well, I don't think, I know Mr. Valmore has put his team, which is his family, in a very good position.
Mr. Valmore, congrats once again. You're going to hear that many times today, but it comes from the heart.
Happy birthday to my great-granddad.
And as for the birthday boy himself, here's what he had to say about today's celebration.
Well, making a change in life, making a change in life, that's all for betterment, not the same old life. All I want to do is to change my life now.
Mr. Valmore also has some key advice in relation to longevity when it comes to business and life.
Any advice to any young people, young solutions now who want to start up a business? Any advice into how to keep their business running for as long as you're there?
You'll be surprised to know that even this of my birthday here, where I am there now, this is my children's gift. That's my children's plan.
One question from you. You most certainly just not look like 100. So what is your secret to like being so young?
Well, the thing about it is just I'll do better with my experience now than I did before. But I will reserve my strength, my strength. I will not be of that active.
Well, as you can see, he was still young at heart and in appearance. Here's to 100 not out. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I'm Rochelle Gonzalez.
This is the Hot 7 TV Nightly News. There's more coming up after the break.